Hi, and welcome to the IT Chronicles, coming to you from the Gartner Data Center Conference in Las Vegas. I'm Kirstie Magowan. I'm here with my co-host Charlie Betz.
Kirstie.
And it's our pleasure to be chatting with Brad Peterson from Workspot this afternoon.
Hello.
How are you, Brad?
Very good. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah. So, pretty exciting things coming out of Workspot at the moment. You've had a funding round, you've got a new product launched. Do you want to tell us what's been going on in your world?
That's true. You know, historically I came from Citrix for 10 years,
right.
Big company and so forth, but I've done many startups in Silicon Valley. This is actually my 6th startup company.
Wow.
And they've all been very successful so far. So Workspot has been around for about 4 years. It's been started by folks that actually have years of experience in Citrix and VMware, right? Recently, yes, we did get a $6+ million round of financing, which is going to help us build out the company, hire more folks and so forth. But our big news this week is actually our product launch. And our product launch is called DaaS 2.0.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yes?
So what's it about? What
is
DaaS?
it all about?
Yeah.
Well, see, I should back up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Before DaaS, there's VDI 2.0, right? We consider the world of Citrix to be VDI 1.0, which is the early world of installing software.
Yeah.
It's a bit complex, a little expensive and so forth, but it actually does the job.
Right.
You know, you got mobile users that want to hit virtualized desktops and applications. But the new world order is out, and now everything is cloud-based. So VDI 2.0 from Workspot is now cloud-based, right? So you actually connect into Workspot in the cloud, and our cloud VDI 2.0 connects into your infrastructure in the data center. Okay. That's VDI to VDI in the data center, right? But what happens if you don't have a data center, right? Well, that is the world of DaaS and DaaS 2.0. So desktop as a service. So we have actually joined forces with Microsoft Azure, right? And now through our Workspot cloud, it connects in and integrates seamlessly into Azure. So you as a customer, if you need desktops spun up in any part of the world, you come into Workspot, you'll have a pull-down menu and you say, you know what, spin up 100 desktops sort of in Southeast Asia, you know, or in California, or in Sydney or something like that. And we'll spin them up automatically in Azure for you. And then we'll even control the mobile users and configure them so they come in and access their data in those regions, you know, automatically, right? So VDI from us ties into your data center, and desktop as a service from us delivers the whole thing wherever you want it in the world, tightly integrated with Microsoft and Azure.
Right.
Wow, wow. What industries are you seeing most interested in this?
Well, you know, it's a lot, right? It's across the board. I mean, when you think about the world of VDI, it's very horizontal, right? There certainly is healthcare, right, and financial services and manufacturing and sort of high tech and all that. And what you'll find is even in government and so forth. For years, those organizations had to have everything in the data center, though. The new thing is that there's more and more people that are actually trusting the cloud. You know, they're actually relying on the cloud. Financially, they know they have to go to the cloud. If you take a look at some of the Gartner analysts, you know, here we are at the Gartner show, we have found that over the next 2 years, you know, that they project in 2019 that 50% of VDI deployments will actually be done in DaaS, so in the cloud. So and more folks will actually be in that space, right? So that's what we're seeing. So we talk to customers right now, and we ask them the question, you know, do you have an Azure strategy? And so more and more now do already, and they're more trusting of the cloud, and they know that that's where the world is going. What we see in the world is there will always be a mixture. There'll be physical data centers in certain places. We work with a lot of the 3-tier infrastructure vendors and even the new hyper-converged infrastructure vendors to make sure we can connect in and make that as cost-effective as possible. And then, of course, DaaS is big as well. So it's a hybrid world. It's physical infrastructure and then cloud-based infrastructure. And so Workspot is really positioned to be the leader in that space. As we work with Microsoft, they come to us and they say, listen, we want vendors that are going to fill Azure, you know, full of business, right? So we want to be the leader in that space. VDI 2.0 to manage the data center, and then DaaS 2.0 to fill Azure full of desktops and applications really around the world.
Right. So what sort of size of organizations are adopting this? Is it medium, large, enterprise?
Well, so small to medium, mid-market, enterprise. You know, we're sort of working with all sizes. It's interesting because here's the history. Small to medium-sized businesses couldn't do VDI in the past. It was too expensive and too complex.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, the promise of VDI has always been there, right? The reason to virtualize it and centralize it and let people use their own devices, BYOB, is always there. The promise is there, so now they can use it. So certainly we're working with them. The mid-markets, though, are obvious too. They're just right in the heart of our sort of business and so forth. forth, and there's a lot of traction there.
Yeah.
The enterprise are sort of working with us, but those are long sales cycles and so forth, as you imagine. And so those will take a lot, but it's spread across the pyramid for sure.
Yeah. Right. Well,
What kind of trend? I'm sorry.
No, you carry on.
I had
Carry on.
one
more question.
One more question.
Yeah.
So I mean, what kind of trends are you seeing? I mean, you know, a few years ago, of course, tablets were all the rage. Everything was going to go tablet. Everything was going to go mobile. But on the other hand, you've got your productivity users. I mean, people who still need access to file systems. You know, Excel spreadsheets and be able to easily share them in some kind of a shared directory structure.
Right.
I mean, what are you seeing? What's your prediction for the future of the desktop as a computing and a delivery platform for the end user?
Well, by the way, all along they said the browser's going to come along, so we don't need
Well,
browsers.
they
did say that too,
right?
didn't they?
Yeah.
They did at one stage. Yeah.
So, you
that
know,
didn't happen.
And the browser's been amazing,
Yeah.
and it's done what it's done. But you know, we use it less and less because we
Yes.
use the mobile devices
Yeah.
that we have in our
That's right.
pockets
Right.
now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you use those a lot. But the knowledge-based worker, the power user, needs to get down. I mean, you know, you snack on your phone, right, and then you dine on your PC.
Yeah.
And by the way, you should have a Mac if you love it. You should have a PC if you love
Yeah,
it. But
doesn't
when you
matter.
have to get into small, medium, mid-sized enterprise companies to get business done, there's still a lot. There's thousands and thousands of custom Windows applications and
Yep.
reasons to be on desktops with GPUs, to be
Yep.
powerful, for sure.
Yep.
And so that's fine. That'll still go on. So don't throw those things around in the
Yep.
world free. Centralize them, virtualize them. It's cost effective. Put them in the cloud and let people use what device they want to connect in when they want
Yep.
to be productive.
Okay, very cool. Okay, one more. I got one more question.
there's
Terry, but this is an off-the-wall one.
Yeah.
Can you run like Linux in Workspot? Like a Linux desktop? I switched to an Ubuntu desktop just to see how it was, and it's not been bad.
Well, so the question is can you virtualize?
Can I virtualize it? Yeah.
Yes. So here's the
Okay.
deal. It's like there's three things that are going on here. It's like virtualizing it in the data center on the cloud, right?
Right.
Once it's virtualized and running as a VM, you just need to be able to connect to it.
Yep.
So the question is what protocol do you connect to those things with? Usually it's like RDP and things like that, right? So within a virtualized Linux desktop, if it can run an RDP protocol, we can connect to it, and yes, you can connect to it otherwise. It doesn't happen that much, but that would be the idea.
Well, we'll climb back out of the rabbit hole and send you on your way.
Thank you so much for your time.
much.
It's been a really interesting discussion.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.